How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Hi, Monique. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I can't complain.
What's up, sir?
How's it going? Is that Rae Holliday? Oh my gosh.
Love and Marriage Huntsville has become the breakout star of OWN, literally. I want to know how you felt going into the franchise from the very beginning, and how does it feel now being in it for a few seasons?
So for me, going into it, I knew that I wanted to be very transparent, and I knew that, doing a reality TV show, I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to feel real. And so that was my mindset then. And that's my mindset now. Really letting the fans into my life, into what I have going on and where I am in my life. That's how I've been since day one. And that's the way I will continue to be.
Let's talk a little bit about your decision to actually leave the show, because I don't think that was an easy decision for you to make.
Oh, no, it was easy. At the point where your entire world is being shifted and told in a different way, the behind the scenes from the cast is real hate. The network and the production company are all conspiring against you. Oh, that was an easy decision for me. I was like, I'm done. I do not have to do this. I'm out of here.
I think that, people shouldn't be, but I think that people are very unaware of your production company and how many shows that you have produced, co-produced. I just need a list of the shows just so that the people know.
Yes, of course. So my production company that I created is called Kingdom Reign Entertainment. And we have produced everything from Netflix's Styling Hollywood to TV One's Hollywood Divas, the Love and Marriage franchise, Bell Collective, both on the Oprah Winfrey Network, the Encore on BET. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Sometimes being so transparent, specifically with the cameras on, can be a hard thing. I would imagine. I don't know. I would imagine it would be a hard thing. What are your coping mechanisms? Like, how do you deal with being that transparent on camera all the time?
I don't have a coping mechanism because it doesn't bother me. It's not tough for me. It's not difficult. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. I'm very authentic and true and real with who I am and where I am. And I'm also strong in who I am. So it doesn't bother me. And it's not something that I have to think twice about. It's the way I live every day and the way I've been since forever. So it's just me being me,
So how do you feel about Nene Leakes' claims as far as suing the network and as far as the racism and how she was treated? Do you think you think she has a case?
I don't know. I'm not a person that can say she has a case or not, but what I will say is that Nene has brought so much to reality TV in general.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I do not think that she has been fully recognized and appreciated for what she brought. And I remember watching her last season, and I could tell through the editing what they were trying to do. And Nene and I talked. We would be texting back and forth, and I would let her know exactly what I was thinking. And I'm just like, it just seems like they're trying to like scoot you out without just scooting you out. It was very weird.
You did on your podcast, you talked about your top housewives. And so I'm in my mind, I'm like, did he get a little flack for that? Did any of the housewives that didn't make the list hit you up?
Rae, you know what's so funny? I think a lot of people expected the housewives who I know personally to call me. I gotta be honest with you. Nobody was mad at my list because I think they all knew that, you know what? When you look at the fact that there has been 139 housewives, so I'm giving you my top 10 out of 139. And I think once people saw that or remembered that, they were like, you know what? Your list ain't bad. So no, I haven't heard from not one person who I know personally have reached out to me. Nene Leakes was number one, and she was gracious. And so was Kim Zolciak, Sheree, Teresa Giudice, Giselle Bryant, which was probably my most controversial entry. So yeah, it was good though.
I love that. I absolutely get it. Let's talk about the new season, right? What can we look forward to in this new season from Melody?
continuing to grow in my career, continuing to make moves that and build partnerships with different national brands, just continuing to show what it means to be a strong woman who's able to overcome obstacles, and letting women see that you can go through a life crisis and still come out on top, still come out blessed and favored, and not look like what you've been through.
So let's talk a little bit about your decision to do reality TV again. So after the first run, okay, it was a little shaky baky. So what made you decide to do it again?
So let's be clear. I never fell out of love of reality TV. I love the idea of being able to be my 100% self and then watch it play back and be entertained by it. The thing was, I was done with that show, with that particular franchise, because I felt as though I was constantly being put into a box, and I would give you my 100%. I would show you my businesses. I would show you myself as a wife, as a mom, and everything else. But you only wanted to show me when I got upset, when I went from 0 to 100. It was like you cut away everything else and you only put out there what fit what you wanted to highlight versus who I am as a person. This time around, the difference between that and what we have with Love and Marriage DC is that you get to see 100% me.
So look, before we wrap this up, we need to talk about Love and Marriage DC and how it came about and what can we expect.
Well, I need to ask you this first. Did you watch the episode, Rae?
I did not watch the episode.
Okay, that's okay. Because guess what? Watch it Saturday and then text me. Starring Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels, in addition to the Silvas and the Tylers, is an extension of the Love and Marriage Huntsville franchise. And it is super compelling, super interesting. It looks like a different show than Huntsville, which is what a producer wants when they create a franchise. You are going to immediately be drawn into this cast. We have success, scandal, and secrets.
Is it something you would do again? Can we look forward to Melody finding love again on camera?
So for me, I am really, just sitting back and enjoying learning more about myself and, creating the new normal for myself and my children. And so that's kind of where I am right now.
Who are Monique's top 5 housewives?
I would definitely say number 1 is Nene Leakes. Like, for me, she keeps the bills on and the light bills paid and everything else in the reality TV world over there. So definitely Nene Leakes. I would say number 2 would be Portia Williams. Love her. Everything about her. That's my boo. Love Portia. Number 3, shoot. Number three. I'm trying to move outside of just the Black housewives.
Right. Right.
I'm trying to see who else.
Let's talk about Nightcap with Carlos King. Like, how long has this been in the making? Because I know this is something that you've wanted to do for a while now. So talk to me about that.
Let the people know, Rae. Exactly. I love you, Rae. So as you know, I have been wanting this my whole life. You and I met in New York City. I was interning at BET, running the streets on the weekends, child. And we're always focused on, one day having my own late night show. So the beautiful, amazing people over at the Oprah Winfrey Network said to me, we would love to do a late night show with you. And we called it the Nightcap with Carlos King. And Rae, it is a 30-minute late night talk show meets variety show meets reunion. It's funny, it's whimsical, it's shady. I'm going there with my questions. There's shocking revelations that happens with my guests. We have a popcorn machine. We got a DJ. So if you're staying home on a Saturday night, this is your after party, child. But if you are going to the club at midnight, like me and Rae used to do back in the day, then this is your pregame to the party.
What would be your tips for someone who, like, this is their first season on reality TV? What would be your tips for them?
I would say, one, if you are in a relationship or a marriage, make sure that you go into it knowing that people will probably challenge that. So make sure you're strong. Make sure the foundation is there. Also, be ready for the viewpoints and the opinions of the world, because it's going to come. So make sure that you have tough skin. Make sure that you are firm in your beliefs, in your values, and that you are not easily wavered or moved by what other people have to say.
People want to be entertained, and I know if anybody can entertain us, it's going to be Carlos King.
Thank you.
Is it Monday through Friday?
No, so it's every Saturday at 10 o'clock, starting May 14th on this Saturday. So we come on right after an hour block. I mean, I'm sorry, a 2-hour block of Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DC. So a 2-hour block of the Love and Marriage franchise. And then the Nightcap with Carlos King comes on at 10 o'clock. And we're going to talk about everything juicy that happened on those 2 shows that night.
Do you remember Black Planet?
Absolutely.
So
yes,
Black Planet was
the networking platform before Instagram and Facebook and all that, right?
I'm glad you said it. So Black Planet is back. And let me know your thoughts on finding love online. Like, how do you feel about that?
I think that it's possible to find love online. In this day and age, we've heard of all kind of romantic stories that have turned out successful, where people slid in the DM, right?
That's a
fact.
fact.
So it happens. So I'm not opposed to it. You never know. When I do decide that I want to open myself up to dating, you never know how that's going to come about. So I do know people do find love starting with online and sliding in the DMs.
Okay. Melody, we're going to get you an account. We're going to get you verified on Black Planet tonight. That's what we're going to I love it. Melody, you were a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to seeing you this season on Love and Marriage Huntsville.